Hi, my name's Sterling Nelson, and I am not a mediation practitioner, but I have a legal background, and I took a lot of mediation training when I was in law school, and also have just been involved in the mediation community since then. I was asked to give a tip, and I'm not sure if this is a tip because I don't really feel like I have vast knowledge and experience, but I'll talk a little bit about something that sort of was an aha moment for me in learning more about mediation and being mentored. I was sort of drawn to mediation initially because it was so interest-based, and because, you know, it did take into consideration people's feelings and emotions and how they sort of influence a conflict, and actually how you can use, or by taking those things into account, you can actually find solutions for people that are way better than a lot of other sort of conflict resolution could provide for them. So I was always fairly comfortable with the feelings-based skill sets, like asking opening questions and empathy, and being curious about why people are acting the way they are acting, or taking the stances that they're taking. But I think one thing that I didn't really realize before I started learning more about mediation was the role that process and structure really plays in mediation. And I was lucky enough to be paired with a lot of great mentors that were actually really good at providing structure and sort of the process side of mediation, and got to see how they did it. And sort of an aha moment for me was really how important that piece was in terms of providing space for people to sort of say what they need to say, but then also providing momentum to change the conversation and to move the conversation forward, and then eventually to hopefully talk about that solution, have that solution conversation. And I guess for me, I hadn't really realized really how important that was, and it's sort of right now, it made me think of sort of different conversations that I've had in my life with people that I'm in conflict with, and like really, trying to have a productive conversation, and sort of being like, well, here is what I feel, and I feel this thing, and like say, this is the person, and they're like, well, that's nice, I feel all of these things, and then you go back and forth, and you're like, I feel this, and it's like, that's wonderful, I still feel this, and so you can have these like very, respectful conversations about feelings, and still not actually end up having, solved whatever the problem was, and so I guess for me, that was sort of the biggest thing that I learned through different mentors, was that actually is a really big part of the service of providing mediation.